On this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast, we talk about 2112 by Rush. Episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters.
We say it weird every time.
Yeah,
it seems.
And we like metal, and we like to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And this week we're going back to an album that dubiously considered metal.
Right.
Definitely a progressive rock album, and Rush at times, has definitely recorded music you could call metal for sure.
And if you're a person who likes metal or you're a metal musician, I mean, you have Rush in your collection.
Yeah, you should, or you should. It'd be shocking if you didn't.
Right.
I can see maybe some much younger people, mostly having in their collection bands that were inspired by Rush.
Right, there you go.
Like, if you don't have Rush, you do have Dream Theater, or Meshuggah, or there are so many bands that also don't sound anything like Rush that are massively inspired by Rush.
Right.
Although to say they don't sound anything like Rush is maybe a not super accurate, because Rush has sounded like so many different things over the course of their career.
Right. Yeah. You pick a song, or even pick a part of the first song on this album.
Yeah. They've gone all over the place throughout their whole career. Hard rock and metal and tons and tons of synthesizer in the 80s, which some people didn't like.
Yeah, their synth era is one of those things where, okay, I will listen to this loudly in my car. I'll even listen to moving pictures on my car. And if you get signals, it's kind of turn it down lower.
Turn it down a little bit. You don't want anybody to know.
But I love it. Grace Under Pressure, fuck yeah.
They're definitely one of the most influential bands, especially in progressive rock. An extremely influential band, period. All three of the best-known members, because only Alex Lifeson is technically an original member of Rush.
Right.
But the trio that was the entire band up until very, very recently, when they decided to get back together with a new drummer after Neil Peart passed away in 2020. That trio, all three of them are immensely respected as some of the greatest musicians in popular music on their individual instruments. Neil Peart, one of the greatest drummers of all time, if not the greatest. Geddy Lee, one of the greatest bassists of all time, and a great singer. Yeah. Although his singing is divisive.
It is. It's very high-pitched.
Yeah. I've definitely heard people talk about Geddy Lee's singing in less than complimentary tones. Yep. I did not mind it one bit. I thought it was perfect. I thought it fit very well with the style of their music. Right. I thought it was good. And he doesn't always sing like that.
No, he doesn't.
Throughout their career, his singing has definitely softened. I don't know if he could sing like that in this day and age. At his age,
I get the feeling he might. I mean,
King Diamond can.
Yeah.
King Diamond's not that much younger.
Right. Yeah, he's probably about 5 years younger. Than Geddy.
So it's entirely possible. But on top of that, Geddy Lee, I think I mentioned already, incredibly well respected as a bassist.
Right.
Huge inspiration to people like Les Claypool.
Yeah. Which I saw Primus and Rush together.
Yeah. Well, and I was watching a video earlier today. Like, they've toured with tons of different artists that I'm sure were already deeply inspired by them. Like, they toured with Mastodon one time.
Yeah.
Which is, in a certain sense, it makes sense because they're both, very, very proggy type bands.
I feel like they're feeding the same audience.
But when if you are a Mastodon fan, you will probably like Rush.
Right.
And if you are a Rush fan, there's a decent chance that you'll like Mastodon, at least more recent Mastodon anyway. Maybe you won't enjoy Remission all that much if you're not into harsher metal. But
right. Which that's a fucking great album.
But yeah, Remission's fantastic, and Leviathan is great. And I feel like I don't listen to Blood Mountain enough. I feel like I need to listen to that more. I have it on. I have everything up to Hushed and Grim.
Do you have the Hunter?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I think you got me the Hunter.
I might have gotten you the Hunter
as a gift. You got me the Hunter and
Crack the Sky? No.
Once More Around the Sun.
Once More Around the Sun.
Because those were the only two I didn't have at the time.
Gotcha.
Zima, no. Hey, god damn it.
Just so you're in the loop here, the cat was on his display of World of Warcraft.
World of
Warcraft? Sorry, Warhammer 40K.
How dare you?
On his StarCraft display.
How dare you, sir?
Of space sergeants.
Yeah. No, it's because there's barely enough room for her to sit there. So she's got to jump up there.
Well,
because all of it's cloth, her hair fucking sticks to it.
Sure, but you've got an artificial sunbeam in there. So, and that's what cats do. They want to climb on a warm cloth or sunbeam.
She normally doesn't bother with that. There's so much other shit. There's something right there.
Right next to it. It's designed for you. Bought it for her.
But no, she's got to jump up onto the fucking display shelf.
Yeah.
And I can't put something there to keep her off of it without blocking the things I'm trying to display.
See, this is you haven't been a parent yet. What's wonderful is when you spend like $150 on a really cool toy for your young child, and they pull it out of the box. And you're assembling it for them, they're playing with the box and not at all interested in the toy you bought them.
I mean, that's a story as old as time with cats too.
Sure, cats and kids.
She doesn't have any particularly expensive toys because I know that. I'm not going to buy her a toy that it costs more than $10.
Right.
Because it's guaranteed she's not going to play with it.
Right. Just get something off of Adam and Eve and.
Nope. Nope.
All right.
Yeah, that's the second time that
you could put tinfoil right there, by the way. Tinfoil is what does it.
Yeah, but then it's going to be reflective.
Sure, I suppose, yeah.
That's the whole reason why I have all that cloth up there.
It would be defeating, I suppose.
Is because I had the light on, and I was using my computer, and there was a really, really annoying glare on my screen from the light. Because
from the lacquer.
From the lacquer, which is how I said it last week when we were talking.
From the lacquer?
I said it like Pete in Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Don't drink that coffee, boys.
There was a fish in the percolator.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I put up a bunch of... What I really need to do is get some just like black cardboard. I could make black cardboard. I have cardboard and black paint.
You know what I would love to get my hands on?
What?
Some Vanta Black.
I don't know if you can buy it.
You can't buy Vanta Black?
You can't buy, or at the very least, the only people that you can buy Vanta Black from, like the people who invented it, patented it, and refused to sell it to anyone else. There are companies that have made versions that they stuff very similar to it that they made,
but not quite Vanta Black.
I think it is just as good, if not better.
Oh,
someone outdid them and went, we're making ours open source, or whatever.
Fuck you,
the
Vanta Black.
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember hearing about that though. That like the makers of Vanta Black like copyrighted it to shit and refused to like make it widely available.
I mean, it's just made out of nanocarbon tubules, isn't it? Is that
I think so.
It's made out of
what makes it so incredibly absorbent of light.
Right. It absorbs almost all of it.
Almost all of it. Yeah, I think there's some other company that has produced something of equivalent non-reflectivity.
Right.
I should just like put some cardboard or some black paper up in there.
Sure.
If I had more minis, then there wouldn't be space for her to jump up there.
Right. But then she would just knock them all down.
No, I don't think she would.
No?
She doesn't. Well, first of all, she wouldn't have space to get up there. Second of all, she's not a knock things over cat.
Oh.
She is never. I cannot recall a single time where she's jumped up and felt the need to do the cat thing of let me push this off. Let me push this off of the shelf or the ledge or whatever. She doesn't do that. Generally, if there's not room for her to jump on something, she won't. She just won't jump on it. Like, that's why all I have to do to keep her off the chair you're sitting on is put one of the bags for my studio lights.
Sure.
I just put that on there, and she's like, well, can't get there.
There's no room.
I think she's so neurotic.
So it's catchy?
What?
It's something you can pass to, like, from owner to animal to pet?
Yeah. Catchy?
Yeah.
You
like
meant contagious.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, people say pets resemble their owners in some way. So I guess that's...
Which is funny to a cat you continually call an asshole.
I mean, hey. The pot and the kettle and other stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, I get you. No, I hear you.
I was talking about me and the cat.
Yeah.
Not you and me.
No, yeah, no.
But yeah, yeah, I don't know. She occasionally does cat stuff, but generally speaking, she's pretty well behaved for the most part, other than her propensity for extreme violence at times, which is mostly only towards other people, which I'm fine with.
That's why we call her the blood god.
Yeah. She definitely does bite me on occasion. And her favorite game to play is one where she attacks my hand.
Right.
But it's never like, I can't say she's never drawn blood, because she has, but not from biting.
Right.
She's never bitten me hard enough to draw blood. It's usually clearly like a play bite.
And then there's her occasional use of Simtex. That's very...
What?
I don't know.
What is it? What?
Simtex? It's like an explosive... Never mind.
I think Semtex.
Semtex.
Is what that is.
I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah. That's a plastic explosive.
Yes.
It's like, what? Yeah. You could have just said guns.
Guns, yeah. Bang bangs.
Bang. Her occasional use of firearms. Yeah, she walked out of my bedroom one time with my Smith & Wesson.
Right. Oh, you got Smith & Wesson now? Or?
That's the semi-automatic.
Oh, right.
That's the gun that works.
This is the gun that didn't break the first or second time you used it.
First time. First time. I looked into replacement parts recently because it's long past warranty at this point.
Right.
It would have been under warranty if I hadn't been so horrifically embarrassed that I just put it away and didn't look at it. But replacement parts are seemingly wildly expensive. Although the website, as far as like browsing for parts, Chiappa's website confused the shit out of me because they don't have an easily like indexable way to look for parts. And that was confusing to me. But I would first have to try and get the stripped screw out, which I'm now certain that the reason why that screw stripped in the first place is because it was probably one of the not actually Phillips head screws. One of the multiple kinds of those that exist, where they look like Phillips screws, but they are not.
They are not.
There's a Japanese standard one, which you need a specific kind of screwdriver for. Head of the screwdriver.
Is it like a weird star shape?
It's not a. That's the European one.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know if the screws. It would make sense if the screws on my gun were that style because it was made in Italy.
Sure.
But I'm not sure if that's what those are. The Japanese ones have a small. I think they have like a small step in them.
Sure.
Or something like that helps you. That's supposed to help you gain purchase, but if you just use a regular Phillips head screwdriver on it,
it's not going to work.
There's a decent chance that the head is going to slip out and you're going to strip something. Either that, or I was just using a screwdriver where the head of the screwdriver was made of metal that was just too hard, and these screws were made out of softer metal.
Lead. They're lead screws.
Yeah, I don't know. But because that screw was in there tight. So I would need to probably take it to a gunsmith or buy whatever contraption I would need in order to get that stripped screw out. I know there are I don't know how cheap they are, but there are relatively compact solutions for that you can just use a power drill with. But I don't know if they make one small enough for that because these screws are also very small.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I've been looking at Ruger's website lately, just sort of wistfully going well, someday I'll have money again. But looking through some of their revolvers, going could have bought that one.
That would have been simple. It made sense. It wouldn't have broke.
I could have bought that one.
Yeah.
That's and I could get replacement parts for that because it's made in America. Or I could have gotten a really, really nice Smith. I could have gotten a really nice Smith and Wesson, for what I paid for that Rhino. Which they're so cool. They're really cool. That's why I got it, because I was like, I want something that's cool and different.
Sure.
And I was punished by the universe.
See, I would like to just have a revolver, just a 45 revolver.
45 is a bit. They don't really make modern.
I'd like
revolvers.
a 50 caliber revolver.
Yeah. Modern revolvers don't come in 45. You can get ones that are chambered in 45 ACP, but then you have to use moon clips in order to hold the bullets in, because 45 ACP is for automatic handguns, and so the cartridges do not have rims, which are needed in order to be inserted into a revolver's
So the cartridge gives it a little bit of a rim job kind of situation there.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
What you would want probably is a 38. It's the most popular revolver cartridge in the United States, and has been since the late 1800s, and that's for a reason.
Like a snub nose, or what would you recommend there?
What do you want it for? For self-defense?
Killing.
Yeah, for killing people?
Just for killing in
for
general.
Murder? Well, you want... I know a guy.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guns.
What you been up to this week? Anything interesting?
I started assembling my second box of Warhammer minis.
Nice.
And managed not to make myself bleed last night. And I
That's
put
awesome.
together a whole half of 2 of them out of 10.
All right.
This kit that I'm working on now is a lot more complicated than the first one, which is saying something, because this kit is the basic. This is the baby's first Warhammer kit that I'm now working on, simply because it's the first multi-part one.
Yeah.
The box that I had before are all push fit, which is how they tend to sell their big box sets that they do, where technically you can assemble all of them without needing any glue or plastic cement.
Right.
But that also makes them kind of annoying to paint, because they all kind of come together at once, and there will be spots that are hard to get to, and it's a lot harder to have them exist in sub-assemblies, where you can leave one part off and then paint that separately, and maybe magnetize it while you're assembling it. Before you paint it, you can magnetize it, so you can just pop it on when you're done.
But these don't work that way.
Painting it. The first box I didn't work that way. The one I'm working on now would work that way, but I don't think it's worth bothering to magnetize them.
Really?
Because
is it a difficult procedure?
It's not particularly difficult. I think there is definitely a little bit of a trick to it, because first of all, you need magnets, which are small enough, which aren't hard to come by.
Sure. At a hobby shop,
yeah. Any hobby shop's going to have them, but then you need to have a drill that's the exact same width, which I probably do already. And then the depth at which you set the magnet into the mini is also important, because you want it to be flush with whatever edge it's sitting. Like if you're mounting it to a shoulder, because you want to be able to change arms, which is a thing with these minis, because they have multiple different weapon options.
Neat.
But this kit is the intercessor kit, so that's a basic squad of Space Marines.
Gotcha.
You can have a rifle with a scope, a rifle with a grenade launcher, or a rifle with a bigger magazine. Those are your weapon options. Nobody really bothers to magnetize those weapon options because nobody gives a shit what you use, as long as you say, this is an intercessor squad with bolt rifles and grenade launchers.
Nice.
If they look at your minis, they're not going to care if they've all got the auto bolt rifle magazines on them. No one's going to give a shit, generally speaking. That's not the case for some of the bigger ones where like tank turrets and whatnot. Like some of the bigger models, the profile of the model can change a little bit depending upon how you've kitted it out, and sometimes it's called modeling for advantage in the competitive community, where you are building your model in a specific way so that maybe it has a slightly better line of sight, or it's slightly taller or something like that. I don't think anyone is going to give a shit. This is all also assuming that I'm ever actually going to play Warhammer.
I don't think you are. I feel like you're not.
I think that's a decent possibility. I feel I'm never going to play it.
At this case, it would be so wildly anticlimactic. Playing the game with your knowledge of the lore, your time spent painting the minis. Now playing the game would be like.
See, the thing is though, if I'm playing it against someone else, the chances that they are just as invested as me are pretty high. Warhammer fans are mostly of a type.
Yeah.
At least outside of like the really competitive players can sometimes be a little bit less invested in the actual universe.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, I just like this game, and they construct and paint their minis as fast as is possible, and don't really put a lot of as much time or care or effort into building everything up as they need to. They do the bare minimum, which is, I think, 3 colors. The base needs to be painted, and they need to be fully assembled, basically. Like at an official Games Workshop competition, that's what you need.
That's the minimum,
at least for your minis to look like, and then you have to build your lists and whatnot. But they need to be painted in, I think, at least 3 colors. And it all needs to be official Games Workshop products as well. You can't like kit bash with other stuff from. And even that's something that some store managers don't give a shit about. Right. But it's one thing that Games Workshop is infamous for being a stickler about, that people give them shit for.
Pardon me, sir. That appears to be a beholder.
Yes. You can't use that. I mean, that I would get.
Yeah.
Like, using third-party helmets for, like, your custom Space Marine chapter to give them extra character, you shouldn't give a shit about that.
Right.
Like, if you wanted to make, like an Aztec warrior themed Space Marine chapter, and you gave them like custom helmets with these really cool like feather plumes or something like that,
that'd be awesome.
That would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
And any store manager who's like, you can't play with those, is an asshole.
Right. But if you're actually at an official Games Workshop tournament, okay,
I get it. You know,
sure.
And putting a beholder down on the table and saying, this is a vortex beast, would maybe be a bit excessive.
That's a Tarrasque.
Yeah. I play Tarrasque. My Tarrasque rolls 4d12 damage. That we don't even use d12 in this game. It's only d6s. That's the only die.
Oh, that reminds me.
What?
Need to get, because my heart just swelled a little. My 14-year-old is in a new D&D campaign with his friends.
Oh, that's great.
Dad, can I borrow some of your dice? And I thought, yeah, I could borrow. You know what? No, you can't borrow my dice.
I'm going to get you some dice.
Get you your own fucking dice.
There you go,
little buddy.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna say the phrase, I'm not crying, you're crying.
The moment when you bestow their first set of dice.
Yeah.
An important moment on a young nerd's journey. They grow up so fast.
They do. My oldest one is 30. It's just. I remember her just like yesterday, waking up groggily, sort of around noon on a Sunday, and then seeing my 4-year-old daughter standing at my refrigerator, hollowing out a Clausen pickle and dumping hot sauce in it.
She really is your daughter.
That's my girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the assembling Warhammer is basically the only thing new that's happened. I did basically finish all of the ones that I have before, which I'm proud of myself for that. The only thing I haven't done is put the transfers on them, the little decals for like their chapter symbols and whatnot, which I think I don't know. I keep telling myself that I'm going to get around to it. I might wait until this box is done, or because it seems like one of those things that you'd be able to do kind of all at once.
Sure, like in one sitting.
Yeah, it's seems to be kind of a repetitive task though, but I don't know. It seems a little fiddly, but it's you've got time to work with it, so I don't know. But I'm proud that I finished at least painting all of the ones.
They
that
look
I had
good. Before.
Thank you. I'm not particularly happy with the face of the very last guy that I painted.
Okay.
His eyes in particular, I hate. They look fine from any distance, away, but if you really look at him close, it's like, oh, he looks hilarious. But yeah, I don't particularly like painting faces anyway. Part of it is also like, put your fucking helmet on. You're a soldier, goddammit. Your helmet has so much cool gizmos in it. Why aren't you wearing it?
Sorry, just I was imagining you at the fair, making a little girl into Spider-Man. There's Kale, painting faces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was confused as to what you meant.
Yeah.
But like the box that I'm assembling has a ton of options for bareheaded, for unhelmeted faces, and I'm like, nope.
No, that's not
every
a thing.
single one of those fuckers is wearing a helmet.
Yeah. I mean, that's the military thing anyway. They're outside. If you're outside, you got to have your cover on.
Yeah. But everybody knows if you're a space marine that's not wearing a helmet, and if you have a name, it basically makes you invincible. You're guaranteed not to die. Not true on tabletop, absolutely true in the books. Anyway.
You know what I've never watched?
What?
I've never watched that, what's the Xbox video game that I've never played, that you've played a lot of?
Halo?
Yes, Halo. You know, they made the Halo show?
Yeah, and he isn't wearing his helmet.
Yeah.
Like, ever. Well, okay, he is wearing his helmet some of the time. Like, he's wearing his helmet in combat. Right. But outside of combat, he's always got the fucking thing off.
Right, during sex scenes.
Which is it's notable because they, other than a close-up of just the Master Chief's eyes, and a little bit of his nose and whatnot at the end of Halo 4, nothing else has been seen of his face as an adult.
So they could just make anybody an actor in the suit.
Yeah, as long as you're a big dude, theoretically you could you could have anyone play the Master Chief.
Jim O'Hara, or like.
Yeah, but I don't know who that is. But
that would be Gary Larry from Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Gurgich.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he could be Master Chief. But yeah, you could like a good choice would be like Alan Ritchson.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But also he's a proper decent actor, in his own right. So you wouldn't necessarily want him. But like any big dude who has the appropriate knowledge of body language, and then just have him voiced by Steve Downs. I know Steve's not getting any younger.
Right.
But he is the fucking Master Chief.
He is.
And you can't tell me otherwise.
Alan Ritchson is
Reacher.
Reacher. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Like just some big kind of hench dude. Though he's like, Spartans in Halo aren't like super overbuilt. Like they're the way that their bodies are described is Olympian.
Sure.
So they're not like triathlon athletes where they're not insanely jacked, but they are obviously extremely athletic super soldiers.
But like Space Marines are like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, Space Marines are ridiculously overbuilt and like not very proportional. Like their proportions are really fucking weird. Like their heads are a little too small. And it's described that way in a lot of the books where normal humans encounter them and go like, this guy,
this is fucking weird, dude.
There's a term for it they use in universe called transhuman dread, where people are just unsettled around them because they do not expect something that big to be able to move that fast. and they're frightening to be. It's like being in the room with a bear, where the bear's just kind of hanging out, and you're like, okay,
God, what do I do now?
All right. If the bear wanted to, it could rip my head off, but it's just kind of hanging out. Anyway, let's talk about Rush.
All right.
So if you don't know, Rush is a Canadian rock band, progressive rock band from Toronto, Ontario.
Yes.
They were founded back in 1968 as their original incarnation, but band membership changed over the next couple of years to their classic lineup, which is the lineup on this album and pretty much all of their other albums.
Yes.
Which is Geddy Lee as the lead vocalist and the bassist.
And keyboardist.
And keyboardist. Alex Lifeson as lead guitar, just guitar in general. And then Neil Peart on drums and other percussion.
And lyrics.
And lyrics.
Yeah.
And that's the way it stayed up until Neil Peart passed away in 2020. And he had been in not so great health for a while at that point. It's part of the reason why they basically stopped touring and went on hiatus is just because he wasn't,
brain cancer.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah. And his wife died of brain cancer not too many years earlier.
Yeah, well, I think that must have been when they went on hiatus in 97.
Yeah.
That must have been what that was. They went on hiatus for about 4 years.
He was in no mood to...
Yeah, and you can't blame him.
No, not at all. Not one bit.
But they were founded in 1968. Their first big kind of not necessarily considered their breakthrough. I guess it is their breakthrough, but like they had success with Fly By Night.
Sure, that was their second album.
On their second album, and that track saw a decent amount of success.
Yeah, we played on the Classic Rock Station.
Yeah, but their album immediately following that up was a bit of a disappointment. And then this one sort of got them back on the map as a band to be listened to, and really kind of helped establish them as a force in the rock scene.
What was the album right after Fly By Night?
Let me look at it here.
It couldn't have been A Farewell to Kings.
I will find it here in just a moment.
Because that album is fucking awesome.
Caress of Steel.
Caress of Steel, right. Yeah. Caress of Steel.
Was apparently a bit of a commercial disappointment.
A bit, yeah.
And so they came back with this one, which was much, much more successful.
And then directly after this was A Farewell to Kings, and then Hemispheres was after that.
At least on Wikipedia, it says All the World's a Stage is a live album.
Yeah, it's a live.
Okay. So this album consists, I would shockingly short. When I hear like a I'm like, okay, this is a progressive rock album. I lock in for like at least an hour.
Right. This is not an hour long.
This is 38 minutes long. And the first track, which is really kind of several tracks, a number of different tracks, is 2112, which is the title track / overture. Yeah. Many different parts. Which is this sort of science fiction sort of thing that once I listened to that, I was like, okay, I know you referenced this album when we listened to The Astonishing by Dream Theater. The Astonishing is just 2112, but like stretched out to an hour and a half.
Yeah, is it only? I thought it was over 2 hours.
It was 2 hours. Yeah, you're right. It was 2 hours. It's like almost the exact same plot.
Right.
Which apparently is in and of itself more or less derived from a Ayn Rand book that they had read, and that Neil Peart sort of was like, well, I kind of have to credit this because I don't want to get sued.
Right.
But because she was credited on there, some people accused Rush of being fascists because they had read an Ayn Rand book. Even though if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it's very clearly like anti-authoritarian.
Right.
It's just that, yes, Ayn Rand is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Not a good. She was not a good person.
But and I don't know how well known that was in the 70s necessarily, for at least for people who weren't like familiar with all of her work. So the plot is it's a dystopian future, and there's this cult of priests that
the Syrinx,
that control the world, and everything's boring. People aren't allowed to make music or be creative, and then this person finds a guitar in a cave. and they're like, I can make beautiful music with this. Listen to this, priests. And they're like, no, and they destroy the guitar. And he has a dream where there's this race of like elder beings that
race of elder men.
Yeah, that left the earth long ago and have this beautiful society of music and life and whatnot. And he's really sad about that, so he kills himself. And then there's this ominous message at the end of somebody
control.
Yeah, somebody has arrived to assume control of the evil Federation. And apparently Neil Peart did later say that it was somehow the elder men found out about what had happened to this person who discovered the guitar and had arrived to liberate.
So it wasn't dull for naught.
Yeah. So that's the first song.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the songs
which is
are
20-minute songs.
Yeah. The rest of the songs, the other 18 minutes of the album, are all just kind of, what about whatever?
Yeah. Well,
here's a song about us going to Thailand and smoking a bunch of weed.
I mean, I don't think that it's literally going to Thailand.
I know.
I think they're talking about Thai stick and they're talking about akapu. It's just drugs.
Yeah.
Because they're in Bogota at one point. They're doing coke. So I mean.
It's all kinds of different drugs, but at the very least, it's referenced as being primarily about marijuana.
Yeah. Hashish, hash oil.
Yeah. But it does include I wonder what the source of that that stereotypical here's the sound of the Far East little riff. Where does that come from?
I don't know what the original. It feels a bit at this point. It feels a bit racist.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been considered a little kitschy in the 70s. But
sure.
Calling Rush kitschy is pointless, I feel like.
There's no,
It's like, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Of course Rush is kitschy. That's why they're great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking that when after I heard that a couple times, I was like, where does that sound come from? What's the origin of that?
And
that
why
note
is it combination, that rhythm,
I mean, to me, it's much more associated with China. I mean, you can use it as a stand-in for just
the Orient,
Orient, the Far East in general. But like, where does it come from? It's like the sound of a sitar.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just a like. But they've got that in there.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone.
That's a great song.
The second half of the album is just kind of about
cool songs about stuff they're interested in.
Yeah.
Drugs, cool TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this album slapped.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it absolutely slaps. I'm almost surprised that you thought I might not be into it.
I wasn't. See, that was it. I was thinking you were either going to really like it or you were going to really not like it. I think it was going to be like a middle ground.
That is kind of the tale of Rush in general, as it would seem. Is that they tend to be a band that people either love or people hate. And I won't say that I loved this, but I enjoyed it.
Good.
It's hard for me as a fan of so many bands that are deeply inspired by Rush to not like this.
Right.
Because it's like, this is the genesis of so many different things about progressive rock and metal that I love. It would be weird if I didn't enjoy the source. But I mean, it's not always the same thing, but like, it's like if you like cosmic horror, you'll probably like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Even though he was a weirdo.
Yeah, and also not a good dude.
I have heard. Yeah. I haven't looked too much into it. I did see someone mention that apparently later in his life, although not that late because he died pretty young.
Right. In his 30s, wasn't he?
Yeah. He apparently did say something at some point, or sort of that maybe suggested that he wasn't quite such a piece of shit, and had realized that. Also, part of it is like the views abhorrent. The reason why he had the views is like, oh, this guy's clearly just deeply mentally ill and terrified of the entire world. I don't think he necessarily is
a racist.
Yeah. Like technically racist.
Yeah.
But from the perspective of someone who is just like never met a black person before,
right,
and is just absolutely terrified. But the moment that they actually interacted with another human being, might go like, "Oh, okay,
yeah.
All right." But he was just so socially anxious that he wouldn't do that.
Right.
I don't know. He seems like a complicated and bizarre person. But not saying he was a great dude, but you know,
he wrote some great stuff.
Yeah. And I think the reasons for some of his less great views are different than a lot of racists in this day and age.
Right.
Not to suggest for a moment they were justified,
right,
but just that, you know, he wasn't a MAGA guy, right?
Yeah, it was the fear in his head, not some sort of supremacy he felt he had over other people.
That's the thing. He's one of the few people who you could describe as a xenophobe, where I think he was genuinely afraid.
Right.
Like he didn't hate people. He was genuinely afraid of them. Is the vibe that I get from talking about that. And very little of that ends up in his stories, or at least very little of it that is incongruous with what you would expect from a writer in the 1930s.
Yeah. I mean, he understood fear.
Yeah. He was afraid of everything.
Yeah. Would you consider him a phobophobe?
He had the fear of fear.
Yeah.
FDR's least favorite person. Yeah, Rush.
All right.
I didn't collect a score for this. There was actually stuff that was available. Sometimes when you look at like older albums, there won't be much useful data as far as like reviews go. But this is one of those albums that's so popular and so legendary that people are always talking about it.
Sure, bringing it up
and revisiting it.
And these guys are going on tour next year.
Yeah, they're doing a reunion, going back on tour.
They got bored.
Yeah.
They're home. We're in our 70s now. We can retire. And then it's like a couple of years later, like, hey, guy, God damn it. I binge watch all of Breaking Bad, and I got nothing else.
Yeah.
You want to go rehearse? Can you want to come over?
Yeah.
Bring your bass.
I mean, like, I think with these kinds of guys, it's one of those things where there is just an innate need to perform and to do something creative like that, where it doesn't matter. It's like until you physically cannot do it anymore,
right? They're
going to keep doing it.
And they're both in pretty great shape.
Yeah. Both Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee are seem to be moving just fine. And they're how old is their new drummer?
She's in her 40s.
Okay.
Annika is I think 42.
Okay. I think I maybe gotten confused with some kid I saw online that was able to play a bunch of Rush songs. I don't think I actually looked into her at all.
Right.
But yeah, it almost makes me wonder if Dave Portnoy hadn't gotten back into Dream Theater. Dave Portnoy?
That's his younger brother. That's Mike's younger brother, right?
I don't know.
Dave Portnoy?
I don't know who Dave Portnoy is. I think it's somebody.
Is it?
I think there's a Dave Portnoy. I don't know. Anyway, Mike Portnoy. It makes me wonder if Mike Portnoy hadn't gotten back into Dream Theater. It's like, I wonder if Rush would have picked him up.
Well, see, here's the thing.
It would make sense.
The reason they went with her is because they were doing some sort of a jam session somewhere, and they worked with her a whole bunch over in Europe. And so, at the end of it, they're like, well, we need her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've worked with her. We like her. We know how she plays. Like, you get familiar and just like, well, it has to be her now.
Yeah.
Speaking of like replacements and whatnot, I was reading that apparently I have not seen an official announcement of this guy as Brent's replacement in Mastodon, but it was at least announced that like the last person that they toured with in Brent's position,
not Ben.
No, not Ben. Not Ben Eller. But like one of the last people that they had toured with, which is a name I wasn't familiar. He had apparently been studio musician for some people, but. they supposedly were writing and recording some stuff with him, which is like, okay, does that not mean he's now your new permanent guitarist? But I guess maybe there's some contract stuff where they can't, call him that at this point, or I don't know how that works, but I don't remember the guy's name off the top of my head.
Your orange amp is really, it's your amp, Brent, your amp. Oh, my orange amp is...
I've been listening to so much Mastodon lately. The whole thing with Brent just makes me so sad.
Yeah.
First of all, obviously because he passed away, and second of all, because it's like, I don't think we'll ever really know what happened at the end, as far as like, why he claims he was kicked out of the band, and I can definitely see that being true from his perspective, even if it's not technically or legally true, feeling like he was forced out of the band. But it makes you wonder why, for what reason, and I don't think we'll ever know, or at least if it's ever actually said, it's going to be a long time before anyone's willing to speak about that, because especially since he, well, actually now, kind of awkwardly, because he has died, maybe it will happen more because he's not going to be around to
defend himself,
react to it, or defend himself, or things have gotten kind of messy on social media towards the end, where he was constantly talking shit about the band, not just like saying personal, like attacking
for a while, though.
Attacking the music that they had made together and whatnot. And it's like, what happened beyond, like what personal stuff may have happened. It's hard to say. It just makes me sad, because it's like, they made so much great music with him, and yeah.
How are they going to replace his voice? What are they going to do?
They probably won't.
But if they play old music, was someone else going to sing those parts? How?
Might have Braun do it. It's not try to imitate him necessarily, but as far as just like in that vocal range, or maybe splitting it between Braun and Troy. I don't know what they've been doing on tour. I don't know who's been filling in for him vocally on tour.
Right. They have such distinct voices, though.
Yeah.
Is it Braun or Brand? Do we ever land?
I just watched a video today where people were saying his name, and I have already forgotten what they said in that video. But yeah, I don't know. No, I want the band Wikipedia. I want Mastodon the band. Yeah, it's rough. That whole situation. What was the guy's name?
I told
Nick Johnston.
Nick Johnston.
Yeah, who he has. Let's see. He's released 6 solo records, and has worked with a bunch of people whose names I don't recognize. But he's also played. He's featured on a bunch of other artists, intervals.
So he's like a studio.
Yeah, it
guitarist.
Seems like Scale the Summit, Periphery, which I have heard of, Polyphia, which I've heard of. But he looks like he'll fit in with Mastodon.
Yeah, he does. He certainly does. He looks like me when I was 26.
Yeah. But that whole thing. But yeah, I've just been listening to a lot of Mastodon lately. And
I told you I got arrested on Monday, right?
What?
Yeah.
Arrested on Monday?
Yeah, I was arrested.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah. It was great. I had to
What?
To drop this at this point is fun for me. But no, yeah, I got arrested.
Okay.
I got I'm dealing with some financial stuff, so I had to go down to the county courthouse and pick up a summons, and he comes out. He says, "I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is, found your paperwork. Here you go, buddy. Bad news is, you got to hang out here and wait for town cops."
Oh boy!
I'm like, oh right, there's a warrant for my arrest. I forgot about that.
You never dealt with that?
No, I did. Monday. Yeah, he came. He picked me up. He's like, "Hey, buddy." And here's the funny thing: is that I had picked up my son to take him to his mom's house.
Was this different from the previous time? That there was some other thing. Was this related to what's currently happening? Or was that unrelated?
No, no. The two different things. So this is from. Remember when I had my car parked out in front of my?
Yeah. Okay. That's why I said you never dealt with that. Yeah, because that was like a year ago.
Yeah, I dealt with that on Monday. So anyway,
that's what I meant. You never dealt with that up until Monday.
Right. So the funny thing is that at one point I'm driving my son to his mom's and I look at my rearview mirror and there's this cop car that's like in my trunk. It's like trying to worm its way up my ass. And I'm like, well, I guess I better get over. And then I got over and he sped past and Max is like, can we give him a ticket for speeding? I'm like, no, we can't. He's probably on his way to a thing. And then when he's the one who showed up at the county, the sheriff's department, and he says, hey, you're the guy who was playing with his hair in the red car in front of me. I said, yeah, that was me. He says, well, that's crazy, man. I went past you on the road earlier. He says, because I parked by the sheriff's office. He says, I said, well, this is normally I'd cuff you and take you to the PD, but I can just give you a lift to your car and you can follow me down there. I don't give a shit. And so we did that. We got in there and we're inside the lobby of the PD, and I had to bail myself out. So you take Visa, right? Because otherwise I'm screwed right now, and I have to be back to work at 5:15.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh yeah, I got this," and he's trying to work the thing. And I said, "Can't we just tell my friends I got arrested? I went to jail." He says, well, "Technically, no, you are under arrest right now.
Yeah.
You couldn't get out of here if you wanted to." I'm like, "This is cool. I'm a badass. Look at me." So I paid him the bail money. He's like, "Hey man, take care of yourself." I'm like, "You too, man. Say hi to your family for me." He said, all right, buddy. You have a good day. And then I went back to work.
You didn't tell me any of that.
Yeah.
You told me about the financial stuff. You didn't tell me any of that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that happened. I get arrested. But it was,
are you sure you want to talk about this on a recorded format?
Oh, I don't give a shit. Yeah, no. It actually doesn't matter. Because I have a court date. I'm going to go in. I'm like, what do you need? They're going to go, we need this. I'm going to go, oh, here's this. And then I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, no. There's no. I'm not getting a lawyer or anything. This is a traffic, and in fact, he got out of his car. Yeah. He says, "Oh, our equipment is shit inside the PD. I had to print off your rap sheet from my cop car because the computers inside it would take a half an hour. It would have taken a half an hour to boot that shit up and get it printed. So I just did it from my car, and then when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is a traffic thing. God damn, I'm sorry I wasted your time, man." Yeah, but I got arrested on Monday.
Well, I guess I'm glad that it up to this point has worked out. Generally speaking,
I'm making things work, my dude.
Okay, well, if you're in decent spirits about it, then then I won't worry.
Yeah. This is one of those things where either it's going to go a lot better than I thought or a lot worse than I thought. Either way, I'm going to sit back and eat popcorn and go, oh, okay, well, I guess, what do I got to do?
Yeah, I guess there's not much to do about it.
I'm just adrift in the stream right now.
Okay, well...
I'm going to paddle whatever direction shore is, and I guess whatever.
Do you want to talk about Rush? We never finished talking about Rush. No, we weren't done talking about Rush. What's your favorite song on the album?
I think Overture is my favorite song.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's the or 2112, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's I'm with you on that for sure. What medal do you bestow upon those?
For me, it's a gold because
no, that makes sense. I think for me personally, it's a silver. Just because it's like this is great, but I'm not gonna.
This is before your time. It's actually before my time too. So.
I'm not gonna rush to listen to the rest of their massive discography.
I remember one time back in the 90s, my mom was camping somewhere, and I showed up and I said, "What are you doing?" "Well, so I was just listening to Beck and Rush," and I'm like, "Me too." And then I realized she was talking about Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh. And I went, we're not talking about the same thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
An unfortunate misunderstanding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a silver for me.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. So next week, I guess I hadn't really put a lot of thought into what we were going to talk about. But it came out, and we talked about and liked their last album. I listened to a little bit of it, and it was a little like,
Let's explore.
But we got it. Yeah, we should at least explore and give it a solid try. Lorna Shore's new album.
Oh, okay.
The name of which escapes me.
I generally like Lorna Shore, so
yeah, so do I. But I listened to a little bit and went like, it almost makes me wonder if they've gone a little too far with their whole sound, where it's like this feels like they're trying too hard. I don't know.
It's a try hard album.
Maybe.
All right.
Not like in the edgy way, in the like, oh, they've done even more of the thing that they were already doing a lot of. And
they took it and turned it to 11.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. The mix also felt weird to me, which...
That's a movie we need to watch, by the way.
Spinal Tap?
Yeah, the new Spinal Tap
movie.
The
new Spinal Tap. I was going to say, I've seen the original, This is Spinal Tap. Yeah. It's been a long time, but I've seen the original. But yeah, the new one.
I saw it on Blu-ray. Oh, no, not Blu-ray. Laserdisc. I saw it on Laserdisc. Yeah.
Those are two very different formats.
Blu-ray and Laserdisc, not the same thing.
I mean, the image quality is probably... Laserdisc is pretty good, isn't it? As far as image quality goes?
Yeah, well, okay. The problem wasn't with the Laserdisc. The problem was with the formatting. They didn't know how to make it proper for TVs. So a lot of times what they would do is they'd take the ratio aspect and just go,
just squash it?
Yeah, just squash it. And you'd be watching, you'd be like,
Because I'm sure they were working off of like film negatives and whatnot. Which, anyway, so yeah, next week, whatever Lorna Shore's new album was called, I don't remember.
Gotcha.
I don't remember.
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern. Yeah, that's next week. Until then, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our feed on whatever podcast service you're using to listen to us. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Bronze Medalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations!